Hey there, Stampers. Happy Friday. Welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. I'm just pulling you up on my iPad here. Here we go. All right. Okay, so I'm back today to share with you another project featuring this beautiful Pansy Petals suite and the Pansy Patch bundle. But before we get started, I want to do a draw for the projects that I created last week. Actually, let's start with an introduction for anybody who might be new. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, and every Friday I go live with a crafting project. Normally it's at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, but today it's an hour early because I'm going grad suit shopping with my son today. So we're gonna get an early start, and the way I always give away the projects that I create, because I always create so many projects that I would never be able to go through all of these cards. And I like to thank people for watching, for commenting, for participating in the conversation. So I do a draw. How you can get entered into the draw for the project that I create is by participating in the conversation, whether it's live or the replay, or by sharing the video. So these are the projects that I created last week. I did daily Facebook Lives last week. And I featured the Hippo Happiness Bundle. Oh, I appear to be missing one of my cards. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we've got that one, the unicorn, and the hippo. So, and then Monday's project, we did have 5 projects, but Monday's project was a scrapbook layout, and scrapbook layouts are a little harder to give away. They're harder to mail. So I don't generally send those out. Okay. All right. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Elaine and Kim and Sue. Happy Friday. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So I did the draw, and Kim Rabick is the winner of the butterfly one. The unicorn is Leanne Rosenberger. The hippo is Beth Merkel, and the U is Tracy Frith. So I will pop those in the mail. I believe I have everybody's address. So I will pop those in the mail this weekend. Congratulations. All right. So today, let me just set those aside. All right. Today we are going to craft with this suite. Now, initially I was not... I think it's pretty, but I'm not a huge floral person. But the more that I play with this, the more versatility I see. And I've been having so much fun, and I've grown to love it. All right, so today I'm going to share 3 projects. I'm going to make 2 of them. The third one is already done. They all feature the same layout. However, the focal point is going to be done a little bit differently, just to show you just how versatile this suite is, okay? So as part of this suite, we've got the Pansy Patch bundle, which includes stamps and then dies, and the dies coordinate, but they also complement. And when I say that coordinate, I mean that when you stamp an image, it will cut it out. And then when I say complement, there's additional dies that you can use in conjunction with or on their own to create beautiful projects. And then there is this fabulous DSP, which has all 5 in colors in it. So one side is kind of very florally, or like it's got a little bit of a stronger pattern. So we've got the pansies, we've got the leaves, and these 2, the images can be die cut using the coordinating dies. So this guy will cut out the larger pansies, this guy will cut out the smaller pansies, and then these 2 leaves will cut out the leaves from here as well. And these are always my favorite pattern papers, is when Stampin' Up! Comes out with these kinds of papers. And then there's this beautiful pattern, and this one, and that one, and that one. And then when we flip them over, we've got some more, simple patterns. So we've got some Calypso Coral with, what is the new peachy color? I'm drawing a blank. We've got some gingham in 3 different colors. So this is Soft Succulents. This is that, why can't I think of what it's called? Papaya. the papaya color. This is the fresh freesia. This one is a striped pattern with the soft succulent and the evening evergreen. And then we've got a bumblebee pattern as well. All right, so pretty. All right, so we're gonna set that aside for now. And we're going to pull in one of the card pieces. Okay, so what I've done some of the pre-cutting already. So we are gonna start with a layout created using, or a card created using the paper elements. Okay, so I've cut out 3 of the smaller pansies. These were cut out using the dies, one of the larger in yellow, and then this one, this was actually along the edge, and don't discount those. So it was likely possibly this one, or it may have been, I may have cut it off, and so I cut off portion of it. So you'll see how I put that to use in this project here. And then I've cut out, I think, yeah, 5 leaves. And then this image is cut from this pattern paper. So although this pattern paper doesn't have dies that coordinate with it, you can fussy cut these and create really, really beautiful cards. If you watched my live on Tuesday, which was intended for my VIPs, but I went live on the wrong channel, but that's okay. So everybody got to enjoy that video. I created a simple card using some of the dies, but if you don't have the dies, you could use this DSP and replicate that card using any one of these images that are cut out. Okay. All right, and then this particular card features the soft succulent in color. So I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of soft succulent, and I forgot to bring my bone folder over. So we'll get creative here. I'll use my seal container. And then I've pulled out the gingham soft succulent DSP. I cut a piece that measures 2 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm going to add some adhesive to that and stick it down the middle. All right. I know, you can't go wrong with gingham, right, Shauna? Gingham is it's just such a classic pattern, I think. I know, Leanne, that the paper, like really, you could make so much with just the paper. But today I'm going to show you how you can use all of the different, look at all those hearts, love all those hearts. How you can use all the different aspects of this bundle to create gorgeous projects. Okay, so we've stuck that to the middle of a thick white card base, and then we are going to kind of layer our, actually before we do that, let's do our stamping. I've got just a scrap piece of white cardstock, and I am going to, I did have a stamp here, here we go. I'm going to use the greeting that says, "Love you much," from the Pansy Patch stamp set, and I'm going to use Memento ink. With Mother's Day coming up, this would make a great Mother's Day card, which hopefully Mom isn't watching, because this will be her card. Okay, so I'm stamping that right there, and then I'm going to just bring in my paper trimmer and trim this down. So, and I'm just going to trim it so it's just slightly larger than the greeting itself. I'll trim this a little shorter. I do want it to be a little bit longer on the left-hand side. Okay, so we can slide that out of the way. We'll move that. Okay, so now we've got all of the elements that we need. So I'm going to take this pansy, and I'm going to use dimensionals, and I'm going to attach it to the center of my card. So right about, let's do it right about here. And then I'm going to build up these little guys around it. So I'm going to position them kind of and try to decide. Okay, so this one looks a bit wonky as well. So that must have been either cut off or close to the edge. So again, I'll just strategically place that so that I can cover over those little areas that we don't want to see. And you know what? You and I will be the only ones who know. Okay, so I'm going to use dimensionals for all of these. This one will have to be tilted just a little bit this way. Put it a little bit lower. And then we'll do this one. Okay, so we're starting with that. And then I've got this piece that I'm going to put coming up like this. So this one I'm going to, actually let's use a little bit of multi-purpose glue. Good morning, Dixie. Hey, Sue. Okay, so put just a little bit of glue on there. And this is going to get tucked under here, like that. And then we've got our leaves, and our leaves are going to go this way. We'll do a couple there. Okay, now this is one thing that I've been struggling with. Which way do the leaves go? I think they go this way. Sometimes I put them one way and then I think that they look wrong, so then I switch it around. I think they actually are meant to go this way. Okay. Put that on there, and that will get tucked under here. And then, let's see, I want to add another leaf, maybe in this color. Let's see. There, or do we want to do it down here? I don't know that I like that color. Let's try this one. I don't know that that needs to go up there because we've already got two little leaves showing up there. Okay, I'm just going to let it sit there for a minute. I'm going to come in with my greeting and just angle cut this edge here. And, oh, I wish I had my bone folder here. Let's use this guy. Okay, so I just curled it a little bit so you can see how it kind of waves like that. I'm going to use a dimensional here, and then I'm going to use some flat adhesive here and here, and we're going to tuck this underneath here. So by using the dimensional and then flat adhesive, you can still get that kind of wavy look. And then I've used some of our gorgeous new in color ribbon. So this, it's called Open Weave Ribbon, and it comes in all 5 of the new in colors. So I've gone ahead and I've tied a bow from the Soft Succulent, and that is going to go right on here. And again, I did not bring over, oh, I have my mini glue dots right here. All right. I always find that the easiest way to use mini glue dots is to keep them on the paper and stick whatever it is that you need onto the mini glue dot and then pick it off with your paper piercing tool. And that's going to go right on there. Okay, now, do I want to keep that leaf? Yeah, it does need to go on there. Okay, and then let's cover this over. The last thing I want to do on this, the card front, is I'm going to use some of our new in color jewels. So these come in a package. They're like our rhinestones, except they come in the 5 new in colors. I believe they are not available at the moment because they sold out so quickly. However, we will be getting more in. So I'm choosing the Soft Succulent, and I'm just adding 3 of these little rhinestones on here, and there we go. So the outside of our card is done. Now it's time to decorate the inside. So I had an extra strip of this DSP. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere that on the inside of the card. Right at the seam here. And then trim off the excess. If you guys love this card, wait till you see the other ones. All right, and then I had cut an extra flower and I've got a couple extra leaves. So I'm going to put this on the inside to dress up the inside. And it brings in some of the colors from the outside of the card too. Let's do it this way. And then we're getting creative with what I use here to curl. Okay. See, again, I have, for some reason, I need to really think about which way this goes. We're going to put them this way. I don't know if it's right or not, but I really don't think anybody's going to notice. See, to me, I think what's throwing me off is, to me, the thinner part should be the top of the leaf, but then if you look at the way that the veins go on the leaves, it tells me that it should go this way. All right, there's the inside. Okay, so that is card number 1. Now, oh, and I've got a matching envelope that I've already decorated, so I added the envelope flap. Yeah, exactly, right? The veining looks backwards. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's going, but that's how I put it. But I think you could get away with doing it either way. Okay, and then the next card, where is my kit here? Okay, so that one we focused on using the patterned paper. This one we are going to focus on using the dies. Okay, so remember I said that there were dies in there that complemented. So these are the dies that they don't cut out the stamped images. These are the ones, these are the extra ones, the ones that make the set even more versatile. So it's like these ones, okay? So I'll let you know what I've cut in case you want to recreate this. So I did 2 of these big flowers. I've got one that I'm going to piece together to get with you, and then I've got one that I've already done. Okay, so you'll want, if you're going to recreate this card, you're going to want 2 of those. You're going to want 4 of these ones. So this one is this one. This one, you want 4 of this one. You're going to want 2 of these, which is this piece right here. And I just realized I'm missing something. You're going to want 2 of these. So these are cut from pale papaya. This is obviously white. This is Calypso Coral. So you want 2 of those, which is this one right here. And this is also Calypso Coral, which is this piece right here. And then 2 of those. And that is this cut from pale papaya. And then we've got 1 of these. And we've got 2 of these. And I believe I cut 3 of each of these. Those are from Evening Evergreen. So that is this one, and this one. And then you'll want to cut the same amount in this, and that is done from Soft Succulent. That's this one and this one. And then you'll need 2 of these cut from Bumblebee, which is this right here. Okay. The piece that I'm missing is I am missing this piece from White, and I cut 2 of those. I think it's probably just still left on my desk, unless it's in the envelope. Let's check the envelope. Oh, it is. Okay. So then you'll need 2 of those. Okay. So a fair bit of die cutting, but trust me, you're going to love the end result. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to add just a little bit of color to some of these pieces. So I'm going to bring in my bumblebee and just a scrap piece of paper. And I've got my blending brush. And I'm going to add just a smidge of yellow. Actually, let's do it this way. In the center of this piece right here. Okay, so it looks like that. And then I'm also going to do this piece, again, just a little bit, not going all the way to the top because I do want some of it to be white. Okay, so it looks like that. And then I'm actually even going to do a little bit on these ones. And it doesn't really look too yellow, but it does give it a bit of just variation in color. Okay, so just a little bit on there. And then on this one as well. Okay, so now all of our blending is done. And we can go ahead and start to assemble. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to adhere these two together. So I find just a little bit of multi-purpose glue. If you have adhesive sheets, you could use adhesive sheets for these more detailed ones, and then it would just convert them to a sticker. So, and this lines up perfectly. Just like that. Then we're going to add this guy over top. And that's going to go right in here, just like that. And then these two pieces, we're going to add the coral, the thinner coral. This to me looks like it could be hair. Like if you had some sort of punched shape, maybe a circle for a head, you could use this as hair. I don't know, when I look at it, that's what it looks like. All right, and then this is going to go on this guy. And again, it lines up perfectly. Okay. And then we're going to attach. Now this time I prefer to use this adhesive. And this is going to go in behind. Kind of like, I'm just going to carefully place it here because I want to make sure I get my positioning right. I may want to move it around a little bit. See here. No, this needs to go a little bit further down. I prefer the flower when it's not too big. You can do just one as well. Like I've seen some people just use one. Okay, there we go. I like it like that. All right, and look how pretty that pansy is. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive here. We're going to put this piece on top. You guys saw me create one of these on Tuesday. And then on this one, add a little bit of adhesive here. And that's going to go on here, just like that. This is my favorite, is that little bud. Oh, we got to add the center to our flower. So I'm going to put a little dot of multi-purpose glue on here and add my center right in there. And then we'll add the details to our leaves. And again, this will line up pretty closely to the outline image, which makes it really easy. There we go. And then this last one, I know it is a little bit of work, Leanne, but it definitely has that wow. And that's why I'm showing you all three options, because there are so many options with this depending on the look and how much effort you want to put into it. So I would say cutting the DSP is probably the easiest one. And then I don't know if this one or the stamping, I think this one would probably be the most time consuming one. And then the stamping would probably be the in-between one. Okay, so we've got our pieces here. I'm going to bring in my other pieces here. Okay, so I must have die cut more than, so it looks like I did 6. So 3 big ones and 3 little ones. And I'm not sure what all I'm going to use, because I haven't created this card yet. I'm doing it off the cuff for you guys. But that's easy enough to do because I'm using the same layout as I did, right? Okay, so this time the in color that I've chosen to focus on is the Pale Papaya. So I'm adding this, and I probably should have added my strip down the middle first. Let's hope it's cut to size. So this should be 2 by 5 1/4. This was 4 by 5 1/4, a thick white card base. That's going to go right in the middle. And then, now these flowers are significantly bigger. And you notice that, remember on this one, I used the smaller flowers as well as the bigger flower. But for the dies, there only is a bigger flower. So what I need to decide is I need to decide if I want 2 of the bigger flowers on the outside or if I want to just stick with 1. So I'm going to kind of play around with the positioning here and see what I think. Oh, I got to stamp my greeting too. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. I think it does need 2. I do like it with 2. Let's see if we move this over on this side and then put a small leaf here. And then the 2 leaves on this side. Yeah, I think that's it. But let me stamp my greeting first so I can decide, because I still want to add my bow. I've got my Pale Papaya bow here that I would like to add. So I might need to overlap these a little bit more. We'll have to see. I might have to play around with the configuration a little bit. Okay, so this time I don't want to use this greeting. I'm going to switch out the greetings. So we'll clean this. And let's do, okay, we'll do the thank you. All right, so I'm going to stick that on there, pull off my thank you. We'll stamp that in memento just like we did the last one. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Leanne. So now you can see on these ones, they do go from fat to skinny. But for the other ones, I don't know, the veins or something seem off. So it confuses me every time. It doesn't seem like it's obvious. Okay, so I've got my greeting. We'll trim that down just like we did the last one. Okay, and we can move this out of the way. All right, so now let's see here. Maybe if I did it this way, then I could do my bow am I grading here? So I'm just playing around with the positioning just to see what kind of works best. Let's see, do I want to do... I don't like that. I don't like them like this. I feel like it has to go this way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to commit to putting dimensionals on the back. And I'm not going to push them down too hard just yet because I want to make sure that I'm happy with where they're positioned. Okay. Oh man, that looks so pretty just like that. Okay. And if I did 2 there, and if we did this here, that feels too heavy on the one side. What if we did that coming out this side? Okay, that does need to go there because I like that. So I'm going to use a dimensional on the floral part, but then just a little bit of multi-purpose glue on the stem and slide it under. Like that. And can you notice that I made sure that right in here, I don't see that seam on the paper? Because I find that sometimes that can be really distracting. Okay, I feel like I do need to add another leaf, although I do have 3 pops of green, so maybe I don't need to add another leaf. I feel like the grading does need to go this way. Boy, I'm struggling with this one. Let's see here. I don't like that there. That feels too heavy on the one side. I think I am going to have to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to flag the end of this, and then I'll curl it like I did the last one. And then we'll do a little bit of flat adhesive and a dimensional in the middle. Let's add this guy. We're going to put that guy right there. And then this is going to get added right about there. And you can see that there's a little bit of a gap there, but that's okay because I'm going to add my ribbon on top of that. So that will cover that over. So you won't see that little gap. I always try to keep an eye on kind of awkward spaces and see if I can avoid them. There we go. And then the last step is to add our jewels. Okay, and I think because we have a bit less on this side, we're going to add 2 on this side and 1 up here. There we go. Oh, that turned out so pretty. Okay, so now let's do the inside. Oh, did I forget to attach this? I did. I think this might be my favorite one that I've made. But I'll let you guys decide which one's your favorite once I show you the stamped one, because that's pretty close second. All right, so for this one, because I've only got, I probably won't use just the leaves because those don't really go with what I have left. So I think for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this along the bottom and then have this here. So rather than do it down the side, like I did the last one. And we'll trim off that excess. Okay, and then again, I'm going to use a dimensional on the floral part and a tiny bit of glue right here. This will get tucked underneath. And there we go. There's the inside. All right, so let me slide all my stuff out of the way so I can show you all 3 cards. So we have, and I do have a matching envelope for this guy as well. Okay, so we have our card featuring the die cuts, our card featuring the DSP, and then the card featuring the stamps was done in the Fresh Freesia color. So which one do you guys prefer? Fresh Freesia, Soft Succulent, or Pale Papaya? But not because of the colors, because of the technique. Like, look at the depth and dimension on that stamped one. The stamps really, really bring the flowers to life, I think. And then this does a really good job as well. And this is beautiful. This, I would say this is probably the easiest one. The stamping, it is lots of layers of stamps, but it's not difficult to do. And stamping is a little bit faster than die cutting a bunch of pieces. Okay, so Shauna said the first one, so the stamped one, because I moved them around. Let's see. Kathy likes the papaya. Debbie said the first one, probably before I changed it, so probably this one. Oh, Dixie likes the Soft Succulent best. Fresh Freesia and the succulent, the papaya, yeah. So it's amazing how much versatility. Like, this is the exact same card. The only thing that switched up, well, there's a couple things switched up, but exactly the same card layout, switched up the colors that are the focus colors, and then I just DSP, stamped images, and die cut images. So does that show you how versatile this stamp set can be? Like, if you think about it, all of those beautiful samples that you see online that demonstrators and customers have created using this suite, you could take any one of those samples, and if the sample was done with the stamped image, you could take it and recreate it with the die cuts, or you could take it and recreate it using the DSP. So it just makes this set so much more versatile. I love it. Love, love, love it. So anyways, I wanted to, before I leave, I want to remind you guys that today is the last day that you can register for the Pansy Petals class to go. I'm going to share a quick little peek at the projects, well, 5 of the 6 projects, because I didn't do the other fancy fold. So we've got some focus on the stamps, some focus on the DSP. Here's another one with the stamps. Another one with the DSP, another one with the DSP, and then there is a fun fold that that is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning, and it really focuses on the die cuts. I just haven't had a chance to put it together, but I do want to create it because it's absolutely stunning. All right, so I've got a link in the description for more information on that. It doesn't matter where you are, there is a way for you to participate. You can participate in getting just the supplies that you need, as well as some of the consumables. You can get the I Want It All option, or there is an option to purchase just the tutorial if you're outside of Canada as well. All right, but remember that you only have until the end of the day today to participate. All right, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. I will see you again next week. All right, take care, guys.